Make una use fear of God, they borrow this money where una they borrow. They can loan and credits where una they accumulate on top future generation head.
And Buhari didn't remove subsidy on petrol, on diesel, and he still didn't borrow.
We need to go home and say, this is how these monies, when borrowed, will impact.
Nigerians, shine your eyes. At this point, it's no longer a thing of contention whether they will approve the 21 billion loan or not. Already, the Senate has approved the $21 billion loan, which the president requested for. According to him, this loan is meant for the infrastructural development of this nation, and which includes the construction of roads and for the security of the nation. But today we all know that we are not safe. Nobody is safe again. Like literally being at home, you are even afraid of what is going to happen next. We have seen, if we are not being tied by the police, by bandits, the police are tying us. They are coming to your house, breaking you into your house, destroying things up and down. There's no security here in this country, even though they have increased the security bill from 2.9 billion naira to about 4.9 billion naira. Yet the security of this nation is not guaranteed. We have seen people being pied in Benue State. We have seen people being pied in Plateau. We have seen the young man which was kidnapped and pied, in Anambra State. We are seeing everything going on all over the place, and they are coming out to tell us that things are better. Nigerians are asking questions. This money that has been borrowed or that has been approved to be borrowed, how are they going to, make use of it? Which aspect, which sector are this money going to be distributed into? Today, they will tell you that the federal government are sending money to states, but what about the infrastructural development? There are no good roads in Nigeria. The federal roads all over the country that is connecting one state to another are not good. We are seeing it. There is no development in this country. I don't know your area. They are busy using these billions and trillions to actually renovate already made projects and renaming it into their name. What this present administration is doing is worse than what the entire administration that has ever led Nigeria has done. Borrowing this money and indebting all of us. This is Nigeria. Like, you and I are being put into debt. One day, China or US or one of these Islamic countries, they could just come take over Nigeria. Like, you will not have anything to say. We are being indebted, and it is alarming because the infrastructure development promise, the constant electricity, which is one of their major priority, which was according to them, it is what they campaigned for. You understand? And even the big man said, in 1 year of his administration, if he doesn't give Nigeria constant electricity, when he comes back into second time, he should not be voted in. And these are his words, but then the big man will change at the end of the day. We know him, Jagaban of Lagos. We know him. He's not today. You understand? Now let me play the first video of Randy Peter criticizing the matter. Watch the end, smash the like button, and also share your opinion. Do you support this huge debt that is being accumulated upon your head and upon our head, even upon our children unborn? Watch the video, guys.
President Bolaahmed Tinubu, Mr. President, make una have mercy on Nigerian youth, Nigerian children, and the future generation. Make una use fear of God. They borrow this money where una they borrow. They can loan and credits where una they accumulate on top future generation head. Make una fear God. We beg you in the name of whatever you hold sacred. Now human beings go pay the money. Now country go pay the loan. Under 2 years of your administration, you don't borrow more than 56 trillion naira, raising the national debt to more than 180 trillion. Buhari under in 8 years borrow about 70 trillion. You under 2 years don't reach 56 trillion and counting. And tomorrow when I go talk, say no, that make nobody talk, make nobody comment. President Tinubu, God have been good to you. You have been former governor, you still they live on pension from Lagos State. You are former national leader of the party. Now you are president. Your wife former senator. You get investment all over the country. Your children have investment. The senator Akpab, your senior president, where they approve loan for you, whether in colleagues agree or not, he is former governor, former commissioner, former minister, former Senate minority leader, now Senate president. At what point una go talk say this country we don't give una so much opportunity? Make una self make sacrifice so that Nigeria go move forward. Make una use conscience they do this thing. Tomorrow now una go talk say it is not bad to borrow money. Nobody they talk say you cannot take loan as government. But the question be say, wetin Nigerian government they borrow money they take do? All the loan where una they borrow, where are you investing it? I been to borrow loan for more corruption corruption and corruption. Because from the last statistics where I check, when it comes to insecurity, even though security spending don't increase from about 2.9 trillion in 2023 to 4.9 trillion in 2025, yet, according to report, more than 10,000 people have been killed under your administration. More than 600 communities attacked by terrorists. When it comes to power, Nigeria never still be able to generate more than 5,000 megawatts of power to power more than 200 million lives. When it comes to health, for the global statistics of maternal death, women where they die during childbirth, Nigeria alone accounts for more than 34% of that number. Women where they die during childbirth. So what exactly are you people improving? Share na road, have been education, have been waiting we won't talk with out of school children. Tomorrow they go talk, say, hey, President Tinubu, the master strategist, APC supporters. So this unsustainable accumulation of debt na part of master strategist plan. Hey, yeah, President Tinubu, this bus stop where you carry us rich, you don't do. Make you press break now. Make una take am easy. You alone, you come, you say subsidy regime is gone without any verification on day one. You alone float naira. You don't remove subsidy. Where the money where una they save from subsidy? Where it dey? Tomorrow when they ask, they go say, hey, they don't increase allowances to governors. Did you tell Nigerians you were removing subsidy to increase pocket money for governors? Why increase money to governors when you know you cannot hold them accountable? Tomorrow they go say subsidy regime is gone. Is the corruption in the oil sector gone? Next tomorrow they go say EFCC don't recover something billion. Custom recover something billion. Where all the money they go, for God's sake? Nigerian politicians, APC government, make una use conscience. I don't know whether una get the conscience. Because the one where we did so now express night we don't enter. Is it that Nigerian politicians they go first thief all the money where they on ground? When they don't thief and finish and there is nothing to support the budget, they go come go borrow from foreign loan, come keep. Then they go still thief that one on ground again. You borrow in dollar, borrow in pound, borrow in Chinese yuan. Hey, master strategies, Maku share. Now wow, APC now so this is a master strategy plan day, developmental plan. Nigerians, you know, if you tell person when no get conscience to using conscience, so the message now to una as Nigerians, because all this credit where they borrow, so now una be the odi duro, now una be the only stand up where go pay the credit. So according to report 2023, if you divide all the loan where Nigeria they owe among everybody where they Nigeria, one person when they owe about 217,000. By this year 2025, you don't pass 300,000. No. So even though you never travel out, you they owe China. You they owe for US, or you they owe, they go come. When they come, maybe that's your phone. I be that in a house, they go come cuckoo carry am. Me, nothing cuckoo day. Since when my papa died, small plot of land where they keep for us. Police case they on top. Winch case they on top. Which one I go solve? I don't cuckoo leave am. So by the time they come, maybe na police they go come cuckoo carry. Maybe they can't even carry me go US. Make I go there. Just pay the loan. Nigerians, this is not sustainable. This is not governance. We must cut down the cost of government. We must stop this kind of corruption and brazen criminality. This is not how a country should run. The thing where APC they do for Nigeria is the textbook definition of how not to govern a country. And we all must wake up and say this is not the way to go. Fear God, APC, because this kind of debt is unsustainable. This thing on your mandate, people where on una mandate una shall fall. As we they look and they go, make we they look and they go. My name is Peter for Nigeria.
Moving ahead, on the next slide, I'm going to play you this video of Fayose. Fayose has come out to condemn the issue, stating that at this moment we are in debt, we are in soup. Like at this point, if Nigerians are keeping quiet, we've seen it in other developed countries where a country will come out to borrow money and the citizens will condemn it and they will not borrow it. Here in this country today, there is nothing like law, no democracy. If anybody is saying that we are practicing democracy in Nigeria, then the person is deceiving you. Not like ever since the election Goodluck Jonathan conducted free and fair that led to the installment of a new president, Buhari. Ever since then, Nigeria has been denied democracy. There's nothing like democracy again in this country. We don't have freedom of speech. We cannot even determine what the government are doing. Accountability is not there. Borrowing upon borrowing, and up to date, nothing has been done effectively. I can't even place my hand in any particular project that this government has done. They renovated ICC and renamed it to their name. Some army barracks were renamed to their name. These army barracks, and the president has never been to war, for crying out loud, and you're renaming things like this to your name. With some University of Maiduguri almost being changed to late President Buhari's university. Thank God for ASU and the chapter of ASU in that Maiduguri who rejected it. terming it being political. Of course, it is being political. All they are doing is to secure their ticket for 2027. We have seen what is going on in Lagos, the tribalism they are bringing up to divide the minds of the people against 2027. All this thing they are doing is to favor themselves. So they are not doing it in the interest of Nigeria at this point, because they are not even listening to our cries. Borrowing more money after removing fuel subsidy and all the subsidies you need to remove. Right now, we are paying for everything we are consuming in this country, and yet our government are still borrowing. This is the height of wickedness, and it is high time all of us storm the street and begin to speak against it. They must not borrow. This money are going to be borrowed from the Islamic banks. They are borrowing from the World Bank. Imagine the Islamic countries coming, against Nigeria. This is why we are still having insecurity today, because they can easily sponsor vices into Nigeria. What are you guys saying? Let me play the video, watch the end, and stay tuned, because after this one, there was a parliamentarian who also questioned the reason for the borrowing and what it will be meant for, and no reasonable answer was given.
Late President Buhari didn't remove subsidy on petrol, on diesel, and he still didn't borrow as much as this present APC government are borrowing. Late President Buhari didn't remove subsidy on NEPA, on electricity. He still didn't borrow as much as this government, as much as they are borrowing right now. Late President Buhari he was pushing naira, he was pushing dollars, naira, pegged it, paying a lot of money according to you guys to sustain 650. You guys came and said, no, we can't cushion nothing. Everything must go. How come you are now borrowing so much? Where is the borrowing going? Okay, you claim you are giving states more money. How are you monitoring those states if they are using the money well? So many states up till now, they are still not paying, they are still paying 35,000 minimum, not minimum wage. With all this borrowing, you are borrowing. This is weird. Now you have more money from cushion of dollars. You have more money from NEPA subsidy, for electricity subsidy. You have more money from petrol subsidy. You are still borrowing. And the borrow, we cannot see the money on our streets. You guys, not choking, not to choke us remaining. Not to choke us. President Tinubu, remember, you said no suffocation. Don't suffocate my people. Now this is choking. This borrowing is too much. Where is the money going? All the federal roads are very bad. All the federal roads, as we speak today, you can't drive from one state to another without visiting a mechanic. So where is this borrowing going? You said you are giving states more money, but who is monitoring the states? Waladeo, I don't understand.
Nigeria, our silence and our quietness is what these people are taking for granted. Gone are those days when the Nigerian youth will storm the streets. Gone are those days when the SUG president will come out and speak, and students will storm the street and blow the road and cause issue. One thing we must understand is that one person is not enough to one voice cannot speak what these people hear. 10 voices is not enough. 1,000 voices is not even enough. It is high time that all of us begin to come out in our numbers, storm the streets. We need 1 million people to come out, and that is only when these people will hear us, because they are not afraid of one person, but they are afraid of collective voice. Dividing Nigeria today has become something that they prioritize, because they know that once they divide us, their aims will be actualized. Today, the Yoruba will come out to protest, the Northern will not come out, the Igbos may not come out. The Igbos will come out to protest, they will say they are agitating for Biafra. These are the terms they're using to divide us. Note, these people are using these terms to divide us. They don't have us in their mind. Today, they will project a candidate from the east or from the north or from the south, and they will say this one is not my person. They will not. You understand? They bring in tribalism to ensure that they keep us in perpetual bondage and make sure that we never speak up. Today, we are receiving a series of bans from other African countries African countries so that Nigeria has helped. Ghana, for instance, South Africa, for instance, you know what Nigeria has done for them, the appetite and everything that Nigeria has contributed into making sure that South Africa is what it is today, but yet they have turned their backs on us all because of our government. Today, our currency has been devalued below Ghana cedi. What are we saying? They don't see us valuable again. The giant of Africa we are now is just an empty skeleton moving around. The name of giant. Today we have been ranked among nations that are most corrupt. Very soon we will overtake Bangladesh in the most corrupt country in the world. Not because personally we are corrupt, but because our government has decided to ensure that no progress, nothing is going to work in this country. Listen to this parliamentarian that made a lot of statements because Nigeria must move forward, and it is high time we begin to ask similar questions like this man is asking.
We all represent constituencies. We need to go home and say, this is how these monies, when borrowed, will impact in either security, what amount in agriculture. When it comes to states, let's know how much goes into this state. President, I listened to the committee presentation and I listened to Senator Olamileko, the chairman of appropriation. First and foremost, Mr. President, this has to do with our collective inheritance. This is a loan that my generation and generation yet unborn will be saddled to payment or to paying. Yes, this is a proposed payment plan.
Funny enough, nobody gave any reasonable answer to this. So after making all the statement and asking the question, no reasonable answer was given, and they went ahead to approve $21 billion. Not be naira, $21 billion that will be collected from different banks. Yet after they said they paid off one debt that Nigeria is owing, with the IMF and all of that, they said they paid it off, and they are even borrowing. What they have borrowed is much more than what they have paid. Among this particular regime, it will say Nigerians village. At the moment, living in the urban is choking. People are now moving down to the village because they feel that is where they can even make it, and the village is becoming more expensive. Gone are those days you go to the village and things are cheap. Right now, the village has become even more expensive than the cities, and the cities cannot even contain it. You understand? This is because of bad governance, poor electricity. Companies are folding up. We are seeing international companies packing and leaving. Some health companies has left Nigeria. This is against now. Have you seen that the nurse in Nigeria, all the nurses in Nigeria has gone on strike? Yes, they are proving money. What are they using the money to do? The subsidy removal, they guarantee those that through the subsidy removal will have a lot of projects being done. Nigeria, will have development, because they are generating a lot of tax from all of us. You understand? There's nothing we are doing today that we are not paying tax. Funny enough, we are paying tax for things that we are not even being given yet. There is no development. There is spying of people everywhere. The government has failed in all their policies. There's nothing is working in this country. It is high time Nigeria begin to come out and speak the truth. Come 2027 general election, it should not be matters as usual. You must come out and let your voice be heard, because unless you speak, these people will continue projecting themselves and imposing all the evil laws, and everything they are doing in this country will continue the way it is going. Well, this is the much you can take on it for now. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and also share your opinion. Very important.